What else happened?
Oh, and he got me flowers. Is that what you're talking about?
Ask
And he
me.
got me flowers that
Tell
night.
everything that happened.
What, on the date?
Yeah.
Okay, on the date, we went to high school together. And so after high school, Frank graduated a year before me. And after high school, I was in college or something. I guess I'd see him around every now and again. That's what he said anyway. And so one day I got this beautiful message on Facebook that said, "Oh, I know we don't know each other very well, or we may have met each other briefly, but I really like to take you out. I think you're beautiful, and if you like to go to Bible study or out to eat or to the movies, all three, just let me know, and I'll we can do that. So here's my number. Call me if you'd like to or whatever." So then I called the next day. I called on Wednesday of August something. Called on Wednesday, and then we went out on a date Saturday at Buckhead. It was a great date. We went to Buckhead in Indiana, and we were eating. He was on time, which I love, and he was waiting for me. And then we sat down. We sat outside, and we just talked and ate and talked. And then there was I guess they were doing some fireworks. So there was fireworks, and we got to see all of that when we were sitting outside on the date. And then we went for a walk after the restaurant had closed, so it was probably about 11 o'clock or so. And then and then as I was getting in my car, he came back and said, he's like, "Oh, wait." And then that's when he got me some flowers, and it was really nice. It was beautiful.
Well, everything she said was accurate. But Ariane, she is a special woman to me. I appreciate Ariane. She's a person that I truly believe that was designed just for my life. Other than that, through all my trials and tribulations and drama, it was well worth it because I was able to understand and appreciate a woman like her. She probably met me years ago. I might have would have appreciated more than I do right now. So I thank her for everything she's done for me, and I truly believe that I had to put my difference to the side and sacrifice my pride. And the way we met wasn't the traditional way, but I went beyond the traditional means of courting and everything, and it turned out to be the best thing in my life.
Oh, look at you. When I first met him, in my head, in my mind, I said, "That's my husband." But I didn't say it out loud. I didn't make mention of it because it was so premature. I didn't know anything. So then, so we started dating for roughly a month, and directly a month after our first date, that's when I knew that. I think it was a month, or no, it was 3 months. Maybe it was 3 months. I think it was 3 months. I don't know why I'm looking at you because I don't think you can tell me that. But anyway, maybe it was 3 months. It wasn't like a year or anything, or longer than that. It seemed like it was 0 to 3 months, and that's when I knew, just because of who he is, how he complimented me, as far as the type of person that I am, type of person that he is, and his love for God, his love for his family, and the way that he really is concerned about others and really takes time to try to help people when he can. And that's amazing. I think that's sweet. I think he's a great leader, and he does things from the heart, not because of what people say or what others would think of him. So that all of that combined, and the fact that there was just this major comfort with him, and because we've gone on different paths, and I think we were both at a point where it was like, gosh, I can't do this anymore. I don't feel like trying to find somebody, and that's when it came together the way it was supposed to, the way God designed it. I just believe that it was designed by God for this particular reason. And so that's kind of when I knew. I just don't know when I knew, but I knew it was probably 0 to 3 months.
Well, I think she said it all in a nutshell, but if I can add an insert in there, I could have, with Ariane, I already knew, you know, when I took her out and we talked, that I knew that she was the one for me, and everything that I had prayed for and asked for, it was all put together. She's an individual that has a heart for God, an individual that has a caring heart, an individual that loves people, her family, as well as herself. She's a person that I truly look up to and admire. Wherever I fall short, she sets a bar and a standard of walk with God, and just a person. You know, it's kind of difficult to find a person that's about people, and ours by people. And if you're a person by people, the people love her. And so many people love Ariane and appreciate her and appreciate her, and they really adore her. And when I met her church family, everyone loved her, and everyone wanted to be at the wedding. And when I saw that, I knew, I'd already known, but when I saw that, I knew I couldn't mess that up, because God was going to punish me if I did. So I couldn't do nothing bad to her, you know. And so I just so grateful for her, because in this time of age, time frame, it's difficult to find somebody that you're compatible with, somebody that you love, and somebody that loves you, and somebody that's going to be there for you. And when I didn't have much, you know, Ariane was there for me. You know, when I in and out of my jobs, you know, she was supportive. She helped me. She gave me gas money. She helped me with my resumes. I mean, she was doing this before she was even considered as a wife or anything. And so with that, she not only became a friend, but she came like almost a best friend. The way she was supportive, you know, towards me. And I appreciate that, because in this time and frame, as I say, it's hard to find that, because a lot of people are about games, gimmicks, and trying to get here and there and trying to use folks. And she just took me for where I was at the time, you know. And when she took me for where I was, I had no choice but to take her off the market and marry this beautiful gem from heaven. So well, my funny moment with Ariane is that I always get a kick and laugh that every time we play a board game,
Oh my God!
the first thing she thinks I do is cheat. You know, especially when we playing Monopoly, she's always think I'm hiding property and stuff under the board or anything, or I done slipped a couple $500 bills in my wallet, and now I done went through an FBI strip search in my pockets and character and everything else. And so she'll get so frustrated that she'll start pouting and then just don't want to play anymore. And I just truly just get a chuckle and a laugh out there, because knowing I'm innocent, because at the end of the day, and then if I win, then she'll try to quit the last part of the game and say that, you know, you cheated, I'm not playing anymore. So at the end of the day, I get a laugh, because she is a sore loser, because we both are competitive, and you see she's laughing. It's the truth of how, you know, Ariane, you know, acts during our competitive times.
One thing I remember recently, I was learning how to swim, me and my cousin, and we were at the YMCA. We were swimming, or trying to swim. We were swimming. And then we were swimming. And then Frank jumps in the water and starts doing all these Olympic moves and showing off that he's like the best swimmer in the whole wide world. And then it's like, what? Won't you come over here? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know how to swim yet, so trying to get us to come to the deep end. But anyway, that was funny to us, because He just kind of got in there and glided through and showing off while we were.
I wasn't showing off.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
showing
trying to
off
get a
while
basic
we
swim.
were trying to learn how to swim. But it was.
Y'all learn how to doggy pedal. Y'all be all right.
It was funny though. So. First of all, I think it was that day, or maybe that week or something, he asked me for my father's phone number, which I'm like, why? You know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, well, maybe he wants to invite him to something going on at Bates or whatever. So anyway, so then it was Wednesday night, and we went to, we had church, and he texted me, and he was like, meet me at the waterfront. And I was like, it's pouring down raining. Can't meet at the waterfront, because every Wednesday we would get together and go out on a day, usually 4th Street, after church on Wednesday. So he texted me, he's like, let's meet me at the waterfront. And I said, well, it's raining really hard, or it's getting ready to rain. And he said, okay, well, you want to go to eat? And I was like, okay, well, let's go eat somewhere. And I think I said, I don't think I want to go to 4th Street Live or something. So we ended up going to Old Spaghetti Factory. Nothing was weird that night. I mean, it was just normal Frank, and we were just eating and talking and enjoying each other. And then we kind of, I don't know, he parked further down than I did, so I drove him to his car. And while we was in the car, he like turned on the R&B station on the, yes you did. Yeah, you did. Turned on the R&B station on the Sirius XM. And then I was like, what's he doing? And he was just talking and saying how much he loved me. And I don't know, he just kept talking about how much he loved me so much. And then he's like, well, I just want you to close your eyes, and I just want you to think about the things that you want for us. And just if you could think about some of the, the things that you want for us. And so I closed my eyes. He said, don't open them. I was like, I'm not opening them. So anyway, I opened my eyes, and he's like, you know, will you marry me? And I said, oh, thank you. And instead of saying yes,
I think I said yes. Some other words.
Well, you did. You said, but you're going to get your turn to tell the virgin.
I mean, I don't know.
But
I don't know. I forgot those words.
Well, I mean, you said some really beautiful things. So, I don't know. It was just great. I cried. And but we were like in the car because it was raining outside. But it was still really beautiful. And it was just really, really nice. And like I said, I cried and was so excited and called everybody afterwards, and it was lovely. And I called my parents, and they was like, yeah, we knew, because he had called them earlier to ask for permission, and they just loved that so much and were just so impressed by him and loved him immediately. And it's just been a great ride ever since. Now, that first engagement ring, I did lose it, but he gave me a new one.
Yeah, let me tell that part. So Ariane, first ring that I gave her, I was watching the game or something. She called me crying, saying, I can't find my engagement ring. She was over a friend Bridget's house.
I still cry when I think about that.
And so she was crying in tears. It's almost she just lost her best friend. And so I had to tell Ariane that don't worry about the ring. You know, it can be replaced. But Ariane, I think she probably lost maybe about 25, 30 pounds. I don't know. I'm being facetious about it. But she wasn't sleeping well. She was heartbroken. Her friends, you know, looked up and down in her girlfriend's house for that ring. And they never did find that ring. And so we went out ring shopping and, you know, and everything. And so eventually I went out to different jewelry stores, and I got the same exact ring made over for her again. And not only that, I put a few extra trinkets on it, you know, to make her feel better, to let her know that the ring, you know, is only materialistic. It doesn't symbolize the love I have, because once we committed to each other, that regardless of we have a ring or no ring, we still have that bond and that love for each other. And for her to have so much remorse and sympathy over that ring, I believe she really didn't really love that ring as much, but she was more disappointed in letting me down and losing that ring. And I had to let her know that, you know, as long she can lose 1,000 rings, as long as she treat me right and fair and just, you know, I have no problems, you know, as far as, you know, buying her another ring or move forward, you know. So, and that's what I love about her, because she's I've always said, a person not about materialistic. She's not concerned about, you know, wanting the latest trends of Gucci and Prada and all that type of stuff. She's a simple home, you know, woman that just basically, you know, wants to be treated like I do, fair and loving and kind and so forth. But at the end of the day, you know, when I proposed to her, I know I said a few words to her, you know, not just "will you marry me," but I probably said something too. And I don't remember the R&B station, but
yeah, you turned it on.
But you want to be in there. If anything, it might have been Luther in the background. I don't know. So, you know, so, but overall, I do love her and I do care for her, and I'm so happy to marry this woman, because she's one of the best things that's came in my life.